let me give you a quick connection crash course before we move on to step 2. Here's the 3 must-knows about loneliness. Number 1 is loneliness isn't shameful. It's a signal, as I just mentioned, right? It's our biological cue that you and I belong together. Secondly, the nemesis of loneliness is belonging. It's belonging. In fact, according to the longest study of adult development that's gone on for over 80 years, it's been held by the studies done by Harvard University. They started this a study over 80 years ago. They studied over 2,000 people with the goal of finding the definitive answer to a long and healthy life. And you know what they found? The definitive answer to a long and healthy life, it's not sleep or diet or exercise or wealth or your DNA. The definitive answer to a long and healthy life, and you can probably see this train coming, is quality connections with others. Our social connections is the definitive answer to a long and healthy life. So of course, yes, belonging is the nemesis of, belonging is the nemesis of loneliness. And lastly, loneliness isn't the absence of people, it's the absence of connection. So you can probably relate to this. You've probably been in a crowded office space before, right? A large conference or a meeting perhaps. And if you don't have strong connections with the people in that room, you can still feel a sense of alienation or isolation or loneliness. So again, it's not the absence of people, it's the absence of connection. Conversely, if you're working remotely, but you have very strong connections with your team members, with the leader that you work with the organization, the work itself, if you have a strong connection with yourself, those can make you not experience as much isolation or loneliness as that person in that room full of people. So if we understand that this is the definition of loneliness, then we can really kind of zoom out and really think connection takes a much more meaningful role in our lives, doesn't it? And it's much more kind of wide ranging. We got to think about connection with oneself, with our team members, with our leaders, with our with the organizational, with the culture, with the work. There's all these connection points that you and I can nurture for ourselves and others to create more engagement, boost the well-being and wellness that we're experiencing at work. So I hope that's a helpful crash course on loneliness and connection at work.